All right, all right. We are live, and I'm your man. I'm the host, Pastor D. I am back with you again tonight, and I am telling you tonight, of all nights, you want to share this with someone, and you're going to want to watch it again because I'm going to deal with something tonight that is going to help so many people. And I come to you with love. I come to you with joy. I come to you with peace. I come to you with happiness, because you know every now and then you stumble upon something that happens to you, and when it happens, you just can't contain yourself. You have to do whatever you can to make sure that you can share it. And man, I'm so excited tonight to share with you and to bring you something that God gave me that just listen. I, you're going to need this. And the reason that you're going to need it is simply this. There's not one of us that's listening or will listen to this at some point that is not going through something in their lives. You may be in a relationship. Let's start out with the basics. You may be in a relationship where you're not married, but you're with someone. And you've got questions. You may be in a marital situation and you've got questions. Or maybe you're just a single person, and that's cool too. But there's some issues or some questions that you have about things that are going on in your life. And I know so many times we want to say, oh, well, this or that, and I don't know what's going on, and you don't know what's going on. And maybe with your job, it may be with your kids. It just may be, watch this. It might be with you personally. It may be with who you see when you look in the mirror. But I want to share something with you tonight that has been just awesome, that blew my mind today. And man, it was one of those things I said, I can't wait to get it out to you, because there are those things that happen to us that we really, oh man, they just become revolutionary. They become something so profound. And this started out with something that had nothing to do with the subject tonight. It had nothing to do. The subject tonight is be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. Now, you need to listen to this. You need to share this. You need to watch this over and over again, because I want to share some things with you. Now, um, we're all people. We all make mistakes. We're all human. We all got issues. There are things in our lives that aren't going right. You may be in a situation now. A person told me this once. They said you are either in a problem, you just left a problem, or you're headed towards another one. But the essence of it is you got problems going on. Some people call it the vicissitudes of life, saying that there's something that's going on in life, and you're just trying to figure out what it is and what to do. Now, I'm talking to you whether you go to church, whether you don't go to church, whether you believe in God or whether you don't believe in God. I, there's certain things that just are, everybody in life has to deal with it. There comes a time in our life when things that we have, we own, possess, or whatever, become broken. Now, you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you ain't gonna fool all the people all the time. I don't care how good things are going with you. If you're true to yourself, there's always a part of you that's going through something, that's dealing with something. There's something that's always needs to be addressed. I mean, let me put it to you this relationship wise. As much as our wives loves us, if you're married, there's a part of their husbands that could use some work. And this goes vice versa. If you're at your job, your employer is demanding more of you. If you're single, you're looking for something else that you don't have, that you haven't ran into yet. See, I'm 59, and I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You know, as much as I look back at how things were in my life and what's going on, there are still things in my life, and I'm just being honest with me, that are broken. And when you're something is broken, I don't need somebody else to tell me that, oh, you need to fix it. I want to fix those things myself. Now, there also may be some things that maybe I don't see because I've become too accustomed to having 3 hubcaps on my car or 3 hubcaps on my life. I don't have a full set. And I don't know it. And somebody else has to tell me, you know, you're missing a hubcap. Oh, I didn't realize because I was still rolling. But there are things that are going on in our life that we need to address and to deal with and to work at. Now, I'm going to share with you how this came about with me today. Now, I've got this old vehicle. It's not as old as I am, but it's a 2002 Toyota. And I'm trying to restore it, put it back together. So in my mind, I can do this. The body looks good. Just got to work on a few things on the inside and the outside. Well, turns out that my center console, and I'm going to show you because I like using props. This, now it's broken. It's got a big old hole in it. But this is where, if it's this way, okay, if you look at it, no, this side, the stick shift goes here. And here's park, drive, neutral, park, whatever they are, reverse, neutral, drive 1 and 2, and then the M, whatever that is. Now, it's a simple little piece. I said I could fix it. I got this. I got it. And so I went and I Googled up my year, make, and model of my vehicle. And I said, hey, I need this part. And they sent me the part, and I got the part. Here's the pristine part. This is what this used to look like in 2002. And this is what it looks like today because, it suffered a little damage. All right, well, I got that. It's a part that goes in my vehicle. I know it goes right where the stick shift is, and automatic, and all I got to do is put it on, replace it, bingo, brand new. So I thought because I started unscrewing the screws, and I did like some people. I went to YouTube and found a video that fitted, and the guy was talking, and I looked, and being a man with some knowledge and wisdom and understanding, I got this. So I began unscrewing the screws and the part and taking the centerpiece out, and this came right over the top of the stick shift. I said, all right, we are on our way. I don't have to do all the stuff that was on the video. But then I went to put it on, and like my microphone here, it didn't fit. So I said, well, wait a minute. It should fit. So I'm trying to manipulate, thinking it's like Rubik's Cube or something. I get it over the top. It didn't fit. So I went back to YouTube, and I'm looking at the guy, and he's pulling off wires and things and pieces. And I'm looking at my vehicle, and I'm pulling off wires and things and things. And there was this one wire, and it went to the overdrive. But it made it so that when I went to pull off the stick shift, this wire was still there. And it was connected to something down beneath some more screws and stuff. Now, I'm going to get to my point for you ladies that are watching, you thinking, this is car stuff. Stick with me because, see, y'all run to mechanics all the time and ask them to fix things, but you have no idea. Well, let me take that back. Some of you don't. know what they're fixing or what you're asking them to fix. So I said, after the YouTube videos, I went and I got my manual. And look at this. This is the original manual, 2002 owner's manual of this Celica GTS. Bad car. Woo, boy, that car get it. It's only 1.8, but that thing do, woo, yeah. So I looked in the manual, and the manual tells me about my lights. It tells me about my radio. It even got a picture I saw just here of the stick shift. You see that? That there. This is the part right here that wouldn't go over this hole. So when I look deeper to see why or what I needed to do to get that over the hole, guess what? It didn't tell me. So now I'm flustered. I get in my car and I'm driving my car up, and I ain't, with this off and that off and parts all over the place. I get to my mechanic dude. He's closed. He can't help me. So I roll on back to the crib and I'm working it again. And now it won't go back in part. I don't pull everything up and the button that needs to be pushed, and this just look, you don't have to be honest with you, but I'm telling you, I'm gonna be honest with me. I got flustered. Now I didn't say flip flam from or whatever, but I was close. But what I realized was that there was something that I needed to do to go a little bit deeper. In other words, I couldn't do it by sight. I couldn't do it by YouTube, which represents other people saying that they can do it. And when I went to the owner's manual, it didn't give me the specificity that I needed to get deeper into whatever, because I don't want to pay nobody $135 an hour to put this piece of plastic back on my car. But there was something that was deeper than the manual. Now, let me break this down for you, because this is how we all tie this together, or at least part of it. How many things in your life have you tried to fix, thinking that you simply, brothers, let's be honest, let's do it this way. Our wives say, oh, you need to work on your communication, you need to work on this and that. And you say, I got this. I'm a communicator. I'm an orator. I'm this and I'm that. It never gets to the point of the level, because all that you say, she's still looking at you going, either you don't get it or she don't understand what you're trying to say. And in your mind, you know what you're trying to say, but it ain't coming out right. Now you said and you told and you know in yourself, I can fix this, because look, ain't nothing I can't do. Nothing I can do. I'm a man. I'm a real 100% man. But there comes a point in life when there are things in our lives that we think we can fix, or we know the origination of the problem. Now, in this particular case, through years, I don't know, it got broke. And I'm here to tell you that through the years of our lives as men and women, there are parts of us that get broke. They're broke because of the things we've been through, the relationships we've been in, the families that we grew up in, or just something catastrophic happened. Maybe you had cancer or some other type of illness or some catastrophe or something happened in your life, but there's a part of you that's broke. Now, you can live with it, but that's only if you want to live by yourself. But to live with someone else, or to be with someone else, or to have something that looks presentable again, because see, if I were to decide to leave this broke piece and just call, well, this is my car, and it's just aged like this, and don't worry about the broke part, because everything still functions. there's too many of us that are trying to operate in our lives with broken pieces and flat tires, but we're determined to say that we're still functioning, that we're still good, that everything is still all right, not realizing that our brokenness impedes our own ability to be the best that we can be. See, if I can get this vehicle fixed and shined and the rims right and the tires right and the interior right, folk will go, ooh and ah. But nobody is saying that while I'm driving it the way that I drive. They say it's an old car. It's shown its age. It's broken. Get you something better. They don't appreciate the value of something old still chugs. See, for most of you men, you'll understand the story of the old bull and young bull. And I won't get any more into that, because if you don't know it, then you just don't know it. But the young bull had an impression of the old bull, and the old bull had an understanding of what the young bull was. The bottom line is they were both full of bull. See, whether you look new and pristine or you old and decrepit, you may or may not be working or functioning in your full capacity. And I say that because, listen, I had to bury somebody not too long ago, last week. And it reminded me at how quickly life that we think we have ends. And so when you want to have something fixed in your life so that you can, the Bible talks about the latter days being greater or better than the former days. Well, that's to be the case. Then you can't just go to a simple life manual, and this represents the things that you think you know or you've learned or you've gleaned over the years. No, you got to go deeper. You got to go to the person or the thing or the entity that wrote the specifications to put it together. See, I simply want to put a piece on to make it look better. But I have to go past or across a part that requires that I have a little bit more knowledge than the cursory knowledge of a vehicle. I need to go to the diagram and the description of what's there, which means that's why I need the specialist. Now, in the case of a car, it could be going back to the actual manufacturer. And so for you car folks, y'all will get that. But for other folks, what it means is where there are those people that say, there's no God and there's no this and there's no that and I'm good, I'm by itself. When is the last time that you were able to fix you simply by saying you want to be fixed? It's an impossibility. You have to go back, even if you don't want to, you've got to admit that some things are beyond your level of comprehension. They're beyond your ability to understand. They're beyond your capacity as a person to know what to do. And that's why the Bible teaches us to lean not on our own understanding. I could solve the issues of the world real simply. If people would decide and come to the understanding, ain't nobody better than nobody else. We all got issues. We all got problems. White folk they don't know no more than black folk, than Asian folk, than gay folk, than other folk, than folk, than folk. Nobody does. We are all created by something. It wasn't no blue. And if it was a big strategic boom, How far would that be? Because then I wouldn't be able to fix me when it came to going back to who originated me. I have to go back to, well, can we have the great boom again? Yet there are those people, and there's many of them on social media. Some of them, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in God. I do. Look, like I told you, look at that. Roll leaves and hope you don't do this. Hope you don't crap out. I'm sick and tired of seeing people who have the ability to be better than they could ever be. If they would just recognize that in order to take something or to, watch this, to restore something from old to new, got to go back to the manufacturer. You've got to go deeper than where you've ever been before. Ladies, you're looking in a relationship with a man and you're trying to change this man, and you say you're going to make him into the man that you want to be. And watch it. The sex is good and he's good, but there's just this one thing. You're not going to fix it until he's able to identify that he needs to go back and seek that out. You don't know what lineage he came from. You don't know what soul ties or generational curses are attached to him or for attached to you for that matter. You've got to be able to go back deeper and decide, because one thing is true. Like I said from the beginning, you're either in a problem, you just left a problem, or you're headed towards another problem, but you're always dealing with problems. And here's the thing, you can have $1 million, $1 billion. But with $1 billion, you still can't write a check to make that cancer or whatever go away. There's only certain things that you're going to be able to fix. And the way that you fix them is to go back and to be true to yourself. Number one, tell yourself, I can't do it. My spouse or my mate can't do it. I, if it's within me, have to be willing to seek out for myself the truth about who and what I am and where I come from. And you can only do that if you're true to yourself. If you say, self, we need some help. How many of you men out there are willing to tell yourself in the presence of someone else, your significant other, or by yourself, I need help? Ladies, how many of you are willing to say to yourselves in the presence of others or by yourself that you need help? See, I've been in this business for a long time called ministry. And I've seen people from all walks of life come and offer me their situations and their predicaments, and some think that they got it. But I'm going to tell you something. You will never get out of life alive. Yeah, I said it, and that's not novel. It didn't come from me. I can't take I didn't originate it. But I can say this. It's a true statement. And when you begin to understand and stop listening to other people. See, the problem that I have with social media today, and some people are great and they're big in that, and they're experts, but who are they experts in what? How can one man or one woman tell you that it's better to be poly, it's better to be bi, it's better to be straight, it's better to be this or that? And all people will do is prey upon your sexuality, your inadequacies, or your desires. That's what Satan did to the woman of God. So none of the stuff that these folks do is new to me. And we ain't got to get into no shouting match or no back and forth. All we have to simply do is, if you are able to fix it. And when you can't, come back and I'll be still standing right here. I toiled all day long trying to figure out how to take off one wire so that I could stick this knob, not from the top down. I couldn't get it from top down. I had to go from the bottom and be able to pull it up and stick it up. And you notice it's still in my hand because I haven't been able to do that. And I call myself to be an educated person, something that knows several things. Not only am I educated, I'm well understood. I come from a long line of brothers and I come from a long line of men and family that are great servants. But there's always something that we may, as men, not know. And it's within that self-realization. It's within that ability to say, I don't have the answer. And ladies, let me help you out with something. Instead of putting your men down and pointing out all the time what they can't do or what they're short at, if you would just encourage them to just seek within themselves the fact that, hey, honey, it's okay that you don't know. I know you don't know. I don't know the things about me, but when you look to find the answer, I know that you'll find it if you look within. Encourage your significant other or just a friend, platonic or otherwise, or just a human being that you're with, to seek the answer within themselves. And when they can't find it, tell them to dig a little bit deeper, but do it lovingly. We live in a society now where everybody thinks they know it, the red, the blue, the green, the yellow, the this, the that, and the other. Nobody knows it. Take it from me. Nobody has the answer. You can take a gun to your head and say you're going to pull the trigger. Well, if you pull the trigger, you'll simply just blow your brains out, but you will not answer your situation. We deal daily with growing old, where our parts are getting a little older. Some are run down. Some of our parts wear out before the parts. And I'm talking about the human body. Some of it may be our mind. It may be our systems, our cardiovascular system, our neurological systems, our respiratory systems, our neurological systems. Something that may give out. And we must seek to find an answer that goes beyond the simple medical book, because even doctors, as much as y'all put faith in doctors, they practice medicine. But I guarantee you, and I would say this to you, if you ever want to do something crazy and strange, do this. Say, God, I don't know who you are if you don't know him, but if you are who you are, I need you right now. See, the act of simple submission and acknowledgement that you need something greater than you. And it's not somebody in your ear. It's not somebody who says that they know more than you. It's not somebody, your boss, whatever, but it's interpersonal. Enter your person. Use this cranial object up here, both hemispheres, to come to the realization that I need something more. Not only will you find a peace, because listen, I got my email hacked today. And I thought when I got up, as you know, I'm old school, I got an AOL account, and it said, you're trying to deactivate your account. I'm like, no, I said, if this is done erroneously, click here. Well, I'm gonna be smart. I clicked on the details and it was from AOL. But it wasn't from corporate AOL, and I didn't catch it because it was in the morning. So I clicked on it. Next thing you know, well, let me say this. By 1 o'clock, and this was at 10, my emails were gone. And there were 2 messages sent by me to hundreds of other folks with email AOL accounts saying the same message, except it was coming from me. I didn't do that. Now, here's something even stranger. There was an email account that was sent to my wife. And it said, hey, something like, hey, I missed you, didn't get to talk to you, like to talk to you, or if you want to talk or something, get back with me or something. And so she asked me about it. I didn't send it. Well, she could only say what was obvious or factual. It came from my email account. It went to her email account, and she got it. So the question is, did I try to send something to somebody else and inadvertently send it to my wife? I'm like, nah. But then it looked like it could and didn't. Well, by the time I finished, I had to get on the phone with AOL, and they helped me, but then they didn't want to help me because they said I needed to be a premium member. Oh, what's a premium member? I ain't dumb. How much? Well, when you pay this amount of money, you can talk to a live tech who will walk you through. So I need my account fixed. I didn't send no erroneous email to my wife, and I don't know what's going on, and all my emails are gone. As a matter of fact, they got it so that all my incoming emails are going to my trash folder. So I'm on a thing, and I have to let them take control of my computer. And they said, sir, here's the problem. Now, I toil with it and fiddle with it all day along with my car. Couldn't do it. But I had to go back to the manufacturer, give them control of my computer. And they were able to go in, and then they said, we can restore to you the emails that you lost, no matter how many, as long as it's within 7 days. The Bible tells us that God is able to restore all that has been eaten away by the palmer worm, the cankerworm, the caterpillar, and the like. God can. Now, this manual that I had didn't say nothing about it can restore anything. So what I'm telling you, and here's the deal. What is about the hacking of the email? Innocuous as it may have been, there's always somebody, some nasty, low down, nasty, dirty dog called the devil that's trying to destroy your equilibrium, your happiness, your peace, which you set up for the day that you thought was going to work out, whether you got money or not. Here he comes to destroy what you got. And I asked her, I said, can you, from going on my computer and looking at can you determine who the hacker was? You know what they said to me? No. All we can do is to stop what he's doing to you right now, but we don't know. Well, I'm here to tell you who that hacker is. The devil himself. And he's not omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient. He's not. He's one person with a lot of imps running around here who working through people, whether it's through politics, whether it's through your body, whether it's through your mind, whether it's through whatever. That's what the enemy does. He comes to destroy, to kill, steal, and destroy everything that you got, whether or not it means something or not. I'm dealing with this. Then I have to stop because my wife said, why you send me this email? I didn't send you that email. When I got to the root of it, found that it was the enemy hacking my files. And it was so, I'm going to show you how the enemy works though. Not only did he steal my stuff, but it, like I told you, it had 2 other emails that went from me to over 200 blind copies to different individuals on each one with the same message that I got. Because see, the enemy doesn't care that he doesn't get everybody. But if he just gets a fraction of those people's files were destroyed today. Today. How many lives has the enemy tried to destroy today? How many marriages has the enemy tried to destroy today? How many bodies, minds, and souls has the enemy tried to destroy today? Listen, if this don't mean nothing to you, don't subscribe to me. Don't just pass me by. And you know what? I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. But if this has touched any part of you and made any sense to you, now here and lastly, I want to send it to these people. I don't have any problems. I don't have any issues. My life is perfect. I've got money. I can make it rain. I can do whatever. My life is, and I don't, and oh, my life is all perfect, and I don't need nothing, and everything is everything. You know, look, if that's you, shame on you. Because what I'm saying today, tonight, goes to everybody in life: white, black, Asian, African, Australian, European, rich, poor, gay, straight, with it, without it, old, young. Do you think the enemy cares who he destroys? No. He wants you. He wanted me. But you know the sad part about that low down, nasty joker? Some of us have been given through the things that we're going through. That's why I want you to know. If you look at my last message, I'm talking about pastors. Everybody want to put their mouth on a pastor. Try doing what I do. Talk all that stuff. Well, I'm pastors, they just want your money. They just want to, for every one of y'all that put your mouth on the church and don't know nothing about it, shame on you. Shame on you. Because the enemy will destroy me or try to destroy me as he will you. And if you don't get that, what can I say? My grandfather told me once, he said, if you're walking down the street and you see an old drunk man, and the old drunk man, hey, don't go down the street there because they shooting over there. Don't go there. He said, if you don't listen to what that old drunk man is saying, shame on you. Because even a drunk, low down, homeless, no good, nothing can tell you the truth. As a matter of fact, he told me a clock that don't work is at least right twice a day. Put that in your hat and smoke it. We have got to get to the point that we realize that there are things that we can't do. And there are things that we don't know. And we need others, or we need something, or we need somebody to help us. My job is just to share that with you. Notice, I don't have anything on here about send me nothing. I'm sending to you. This is my what do they call that thing where you gain money or whatever, you do whatever. This is mine to you. It don't cost you nothing. All I want you to do is know, guess what? You are awesome. Brothers, sisters, whoever you are. You're awesome. And nobody else can take that away from you. But you must realize that there are parts that are going to run out. They're going to get bad. They're going to need some help, some refurbishment, some restoration. And you've got to be willing to understand when it comes to that point, who and where to go to. So listen, here's what I want you to do. Number one, be blessed. Number two, be blessed. And number three, be true to yourself. I'm Pastor D. This has been the No Limit Message, or what we call Speaking Excellence. And until I come back again, man, you live the best life you can do. Be true to yourself. Love you. Be good, folks.